Hello and welcome to Online Verve. This is my channel where I talk about different ways to make money online. And today I want to do a Quillbot review. Quillbot is an online service that helps you rewrite text content. So before we jump into that, feel free to take a look around, look at some of the other videos I have on my site if you haven't yet. And if you would, go ahead and subscribe. Thank you so much. So let's go over to Quillbot. So I'm inside my Quillbot account. Now, Quillbot does actually have a free service that you can use to rewrite. The downside is that it is limited, I think, to 125 words at a time. And the pricing is very good. And this is not your, traditional spinning software. So you may be, familiar with different spinning softwares that are out there. And those work pretty well. I do own and use Spin Rewriter. That's probably one of the best spinning softwares. But this is a paraphraser or more of a rewriter and not necessarily a spinner. And so on the free version, you do have option for different modes, the standard mode and the fluency mode. And when you highlight over those, they tell you what they do. And then I think you just have a couple, maybe two or three synonyms. So, you can have all the way to the left, fewer changes, so it's more accurate. Or if you go all the way to the right, it's going to have more changes, but maybe be less accurate. And then if you do have the premium version, unlimited paraphrasing, unlimited text, you just have all kinds of other nice options, more synonyms. And it also gives you these other opportunities as well. So if you're doing maybe something that you want to be in a more formal text, something that's super simple when it's paraphrased, something with a little more creative flair to it, that's an option. And it can also add. So maybe you have a 500-word article and you'd like it longer, it can actually expand. So add sentences, increase sentences, etc. Or maybe you have something that's long and you want to shorten it. So the premium gives you all these extra options, which are kind of nice. And again, the pricing, to me, is very reasonable. So this is a great type of service to use when you need unique content to go on your website or in your videos or however you plan to use that content. And so you can use it in many, many different ways, but I'm going to show you one way that I like to use it, and that's through PLR products, right? So PLR stands for private label rights. This is one of my favorite PLR websites called bigproductstore.com. They have over 10,000 different PLR products and different, audio, video, ebooks, etc. I mostly just use the text PLR that they have. You can get a free account. There is paid accounts. Just real quick, we'll jump down and, they always run this 50% off discount. And you can either get their standard. This is what they've always had. This is what I did when I joined. I did the $98.50 per month. Whoops, sorry. And, it's a one-time payment. So I paid $98.50 and now I own this for life. They're always adding new content. And then they opened this up within the past year where it's some PLR that's exclusive to a big product store. So what you see on here, you may see on other PLR sites, but you can't beat this price on any other PLR site. The other thing I just would say is they're adding new things all the time. If we go to their homepage and scroll down, you'll see, these are a couple items they just added today. These were from yesterday. So you can see it's quite a variety. It covers lots of different niches. So I'll leave a link below if you want to look at that. But here's an article pack I downloaded from Big Product Store called in the juicing niche. And so let's go ahead and just open up one of these articles. And this is about check out these amazing juicing tips today. So let's go ahead and copy this text. And now what I'm going to do first, actually, is let's go over to Copyscape. And, Copyscape is a way to see if the text content that you're planning to use is anywhere else online. So you can see I have $9.13 in credits right now. So let's go ahead and do a search on this text content. And you can see this exact text content was found in 22 different places on the internet. And that's why you need to be able to rewrite this content, okay? You can see it's 552 words. It cost me 7 cents to run it through Copyscape. But you can see this is exactly the same. And so it doesn't do much good to use the exact same text that other places are using. And so that's why you want to paraphrase it. So let's take that text. Let's go and copy it here. Okay. So here it is. I usually like to go through and just, get rid of unnecessary spaces before you run it. And then we'll run it through Quillbot and see how it comes out. Okay. And the nice thing about this, the way it does it, is it lets you compare side by side. So after it gets run through Quillbot, you can see exactly what they changed and how it compares to the original. So I'm probably just going to leave it on standard. Again, this rewrites text in a reliable manner to maintain the meaning. If you want to be more fluent, formal, simple, etc. So you have these modes. And then synonyms, fewer changes for more accurate. I usually go over here, fewer change. So it's going to have some changes. So as you can see, it's rewriting right now. There's 35 sentences. That's it. It's done. Before I could even show you it was doing it, it's done, right? So there are 35 sentences that it rewrote. It took the article from 552 words down to 510 words, which is fine. I have no issue with that. But let's go ahead and compare. So the original says, check out these amazing juicing tips today. Today, check out these incredible juicing tips. Are you looking for juicing tips? Are you trying to find a way to make juicing seem less intimidating? If so, the feeling is common. Here you will find healthy tips to help you start your juicing journey or to make the juicing journey you are on more beneficial. And then it rewrote it as, do you want to learn how to juice? Are you looking for a solution to make juicing more approachable? If that's the case, you are not alone. Here you will find healthy juicing recommendations to assist you get started or to make your current juicing adventure more beneficial. And so really it does read pretty well. Now, you can click on it and change. So, are you looking for a solution to make juicing more approachable? So you could say, they said less intimidating. So maybe, make it more easy. Actually, it's probably not bad to make juicing more easy. That's really what you're trying to say. In that case, you're not alone. So you can go through and change anything, but really, as you go through and read this, it's actually very, very good. It rewrites it in a way that you really have to make very, very few changes, if any. Many times I don't make any changes at all. But let's go ahead and copy this. I'm going to copy that. Now, the other thing you can do, I should say, I didn't show you, but, say maybe you're going through, maybe the original article, there's some words that you want to make sure get frozen, okay? And so this is where, maybe I should have said, hey, and, we can go through, right? Juicing. The word juicing shows up 17 times. Obviously, the article is about juicing, so maybe we want to go ahead and freeze that, okay? And so there's, again, other things that you could choose to freeze. The word juice was 4 times in the article. Juices, let's maybe freeze that. It's used twice. And then, that's it, okay? So now let's go and rephrase it again. And so it'll make sure it leaves juicing and juice, etc. in there, okay? Again, it took it down to 496 words. That's fine. So let's copy this. So this is the rephrase. Now let's go back into Copyscape. Let's paste that text in there. I'm at 906 in credits. Let's run it. You can see it's dropped down to 9, and you can see no results. And so this is completely unique content that was created in Quillbot. And you can see how quick that happened. It took this article, it rewrote it. You can change whatever you want to change if you want to. Most times, again, it reads really, really good. So you don't really need to change much of anything if you don't want to. And it passes Copyscape. And so you're not going to get dinged if you use this content on your blog. Google is not going to ding you for using, duplicate content, right? So that is the beauty of Quillbot. And a couple last things I would say about Quillbot that I really like about it. The first is just that it does a great job rewriting. I mean, it really, again, I rarely ever have to make edits over here. Most times I do a quick read through, just to make sure it makes sense, make a change if I need to, but for the most part, it's good, and I just use it as is. So that's one thing that I love. Obviously you can freeze your words. You have unlimited if you get the premium. You can, a lot of flexibility up here. And so the other beautiful thing about this is maybe you want to create your own book about juicing. Okay. Now, you can go and get that juicing book off a big product store, that I did, that came with all these different articles. Or you could, go ahead and, get an ebook off a big product store, choose an ebook, but then take that ebook, run it through Quillbot, rewrite it so that it is completely unique, and then sell it as your own. So you don't have to go out and write this, okay? The main way I'm using Quillbot right now is in my blogs. The biggest challenge is in coming up with content is to have fresh content. I use a different program called Article Forge, which actually creates great content for me, unique content, passes Copyscape. It'll write a 1,500-word article in less than 5 minutes. And I'll leave a link for that down below if you want to take a look at Article Forge. But then I'll take that article, and what I have right now 2 different niche blogs that are in the same niche. But rather than creating new content, I write one article in Article Forge. I take that article, I bring it over to Quillbot, I rephrase it, and so I only need to make the article one time, but then I can make another version of it by running it through Quillbot, and then add that to my second site. So they're in the same niche, but they're completely different articles according to the search engines, because they'll both pass Copyscape. The Article Forge article will pass Copyscape, and then when I rephrase it and run it through Quillbot, it'll pass Copyscape as well. And so I can have these 2 different blogs with, more or less the same content, but not the same. And that's what's important, not the same in the eyes of Google and the search engine. So this is, Quillbot. I love it. I think it works great. Again, the pricing is super reasonable. They're usually running specials. I'll leave a link down in the description box below if you want to take a look at it. I'll leave a link for Article Forge as well. I'll leave a link for a big product store if you want to take a look at that also. If you have questions, let me know. If you like the video, please leave a thumbs up. I appreciate that. And if you want to ask me anything, definitely leave a comment below. Please subscribe so you can also get more information to new videos as they come out. Thanks so much for watching.